You have heard about Kittur Rani Chennamma or Jhansiranilaxibai. But do you know there was a brave queen also known as the first freedom fighter, Princess of India. Her name was Rani Abbakka Chowta, a queen from the coastal place of Karnataka. The place is also called as Tulunadu. Ullal is a town located in the southern part of Mangalore city. The place had a sea coast and had a strong kingdom which was ruled by Chowta dynasty. Rani Abbakka was a brave lady who fought against the colonialization from the Portugal forces. Around the year 1525, when the Portuguese had already occupied the state of Goa and then was heading towards the coastal of Karnataka and Kerala as well. In this period of time, Rani Abbakka was the queen of Ullal. Even until her last breath, she fought bravely against the Portuguese power. Rani Abbakka had lost her parents during her childhood. Tirumalaraya, the king of Ullal, looked after her upbringing. She was well trained in sport fights and even in martial arts. Tirumalaraya was looking for a groom when Abbakka reached a tender age. Kamaraya from Mangalore was much interested in marrying her, but Abbakka had rejected his offer. Mangalore was ruled by Veera Narasimha Bangaraj. The young man named Laxmibai Bangaraj was well known for his war strategies. Laxmibai Bangaraj and Rani Abbakka got married soon. During 1554, Rani Abbakka was made the queen of Ullal. Due to the sudden death of Narasimha Bangaraj, Kamaraya, the son-in-law of Narasimha Bangaraj, took the throne of Mangalore. In the coast of Karnataka, the practice of Aliya Santanu Kattu, which means if there are no male children in the kingdom, the throne would go to the son-in-law. In the coast of Karnataka, the practice of Aliya Santanu Kattu means if a king doesn't have a male children, the throne would go to the son-in-law. This policy was bought by the earlier king Bhutala Pandya as he had no male children. The coast of Mangalore had a huge port in the town of Ullal, where the Arabs used to trade Indian spices from Mangalore and Malnad region. These spices were exported to different parts of the world from the same port, and the revenue earned from the sea coast was massive. The Portuguese, who were already in India, wanted to capture this port. But before this incident, the actual reason why Rani Abbakka Chowta came out of Mangalore and chose Ullal again was because she was not happy to pay taxes to the Portugal forces. And even after becoming the queen of Ullal town, she had refused to pay taxes to the Portugal forces. Portuguese had implemented the same plan which was later done by the British Empire. They made fights between the internal kingdom, taking one side each time. Portuguese Empire had become strong enough with an army. But still, the fearless queen revolted against the army. In 1555, Rani Abbakka defeated the Portuguese army and killed its major. In 1558, the Portugal major had planned to attack Abbakka's fort. The Portuguese army marched towards Ullal to defeat Abbakka's army. The attack was so brutal that thousands of people, including children, were killed in the streets. Some were even burnt alive. Abbakka had to escape and find a safe place quickly. The rage of Abbakka had not slowed down. On the same night, with only a handful of soldiers, she made an attack on the Portugal army. The fort of Ullal was again retained by the queen. The commander of the Portugal army, General Peixoto, was killed. Later, a series of combat takes place in which Abbakka was successful in all the fights. Even the Admiral Mascarenhas was killed. Abbakka had gained support from the Calicut forces, Bijapur Sultan, the Arab traders, and even the Basrur kingdom. The king of Bidanur and Venkatappa Nayaka also helped them in providing the soldiers. But for the Portuguese, using the enemy's enemy was a great option. The kingdom of Mangalore, which was ruled by Kamaraya and her husband Lakshmappa Bangaraja, made a big favor. In 1570, the Calicut army fought against the Portugal in favor of Abbakka, but unfortunately, the chief of Calicut army had been killed in the battlefield. This was the biggest drawback for Abbakka. Due to the support from the Mangalore kingdom, Abbakka was defeated by the Portugal army. The brave lady had refused to surrender and Abbakka died on the battlefield. Rani Abbakka Chowta is still being remembered for her bravery. Certain TV shows and even a film which is yet to be released is based on Abbakka's story. Not just in movies or TV shows. In the history of Mangalore, the story of Abbakka remains forever.